Hello, everybody. Robert Aducci here, along with Tim Brown.
Hey,
Welcome,
everybody.
Tim. And we're here to talk about Ulysses Worlds news, what we've been up to these past couple of weeks. Let's kick it off with some Fading Suns news, Tim.
Yeah, now that the books are out there for everybody to enjoy, we're getting ready for the New Frontiers crowdfunding. However, due to outside forces, some say a Muster Guild conspiracy, we had to delay the launch. The current estimates put us at July 28th. That's in 2 weeks. So you can sign up to get notified on that launch and our pre-launch. We're going to put out a link to the Game On page that's going to have that. So sorry about the delay, just circumstances, shipping, and everything else. Earlier this week, we released the first of several previews, and you can catch them on our website. This one that we're going to put a link up to is a snippet from the history of the Voldrock, so that's pretty cool stuff. We'll put that link up for History of the Voldrock here in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Then later today, previews will go up, and this one featuring some Voldrak characters, NPCs for your games. Okay, so we'll put that up for everybody to see.
Yep, coming
Uh,
up later today.
for Fading Suns, we've got all of our regular streaming content that you can all enjoy. Bill Bridges and Andrew Greenberg still have Heretical Musings, the first and third Thursdays of the month at 2 p.m. Pacific and 5 p.m. Eastern. Today, they're going to be talking about more about New Frontiers and what you can find in it, and we'll share a few pieces of new art. And finally, with regard to Fading Sun streaming, JM and the crew of the Oh Boy are streaming every Thursday at 5:30 Pacific. And right now, it's a family in peril. Having rescued Gregor and Lucia, can the crew of the Oh Boy reunite and take the fight to the Orletan and Tog before the others before, well, I don't know what that says.
Before others they love are killed.
That sentence made no sense to me. I have to read this stuff in advance. And what is Gregor's family defending at Hadrian's Wall? Find out tonight. So that's what's going on for Fading Suns. What's up
Yeah.
with Eternity?
So, word from the warehouse is that many of the Aurora products are in, and we're just waiting on a couple more things to start packing orders before we start sending them out. Of course, it'll take some time to get from the U.S. From sorry,
The other way.
again once more reading. Yes, it'll take some time to get from Europe to the U.S., but European backers should get them soon. There are still some outstanding PDFs that people have asked about, and we're working on tracking those down. So the core PDFs went out a while ago, but there's still some outstanding PDFs that folks are waiting for. So we're working on that and trying to figure out what happened to those, and we'll get them out to you as soon as we can. One of the cool things that we released recently is that well-known Torg Eternity artist and contributor Talon Dunning has created an officially sanctioned Torg Eternity tabletop for Tabletop Simulator. Talon has created a highly customizable full tabletop setup for the Torg Eternity RPG. This table features Torg Eternity elements such as destiny cards, unique dice, and possibilities, and is ready for a party of up to 6 Storm Knights and a Game Master. It contains a wealth of support tools for GM as well as nifty tablets to track your Storm Knight's current status and card pool. The system is purely a tabletop, so no automation is included, but it looks really nice. And you can get it for free on
On
Steam.
Steam.
So let's look over here. There is an image of the tabletop. One of the images. There's a few different images, but I mean, it's just fantastic. As you can see,
It is really cool.
you can throw up images. There's little tokens for the table. Talon created like little token bags for everything. He just has so much. He put so much time into it. It looks really nice.
Very, very cool.
And to go on from that, we'll also be seeing the release of another adventure for Foundry Virtual Tabletop, where we'll be sure to announce when Hostile Takeover is released, but it will be in the coming weeks here. As for streams, The Horseman is back every Tuesday at 5:30 Pacific on Twitch, followed up by an upload to YouTube. For this week, after a much-needed convalescence and burial of friends, the Horsemen are headed towards Pan Pacifica. The Delphi Council recovered many of the missing Eternity shards, but Lapis knows where the last two pieces are of the ancient artifact are, and so the horsemen must make a deal with the devil they know to stop the devil they don't.
Cool. So that's a lot going on for Torg Eternity, including some great new tabletop options. And as we switch over to talk about the Dark Eye, there's a lot going on there as well. There's a new bot in town, and it can make the Dark Eye faster and more fun to play. The White Eye is a Discord bot that has a wealth of features, including combat and skill checks, Optolith character sheet import, and grouping of players to name generators and weights, times, currency conversions. You can get all of that. And if you want to get it all in, you can get every English language playing card at the tip of your fingers with premium access. So correct me, I'm going to go through this and let me know if I get this wrong. But you get 1 month for $1.99 at the link that we're going to put up. So a month for $1.99. What a bargain. Or you can go all in and get the full 12-month premium access for $19.99, slight bargain there, and enjoy a full year of luxury. And this is we're going to put the link up as well, and we're going to take a look at the White Eye as well.
Yeah, so as you can see from the image here, you can see that there are some images in it. It's not just a bot. Like a lot of Discord bots are just like, just the text and things like that. But as you can see, this has images of cards and things like that. So you can, you really have everything that you need that you can play within Discord itself.
Yeah, that really looks terrific too. So some good work has gone in there. So awesome.
Yeah, and for Foundry Virtual Tabletop, we'll also have 2 new products releasing tomorrow. So we'll have the DSA 5 or the Dark Eye Aventurian Bestiary module. Let's throw an image up for that as I talk about this. And in the forests and swamps and jungles of Aventuria, fearsome creatures lurk, considering heroes to be their next meal. With their venom, razor-sharp claws, or sheer size, these beasts pose a deadly threat to anyone who gets too close. The Aventurian Bestiary contains more than 40 gruesome monsters and over 24 dangerous animals that challenge every group of heroes. This article is the digitized version of the Aventuria Bestiary, second revised edition, for the Dark Eye as a module for Foundry Virtual Tabletop, and requires the freely accessible the Dark Eye 5 system on Foundry. This product contains over 100 creatures with all in-game relevant values and tokens to be used immediately, extensive descriptions and colored illustrations, over a dozen new and expanded advantages and disadvantages, talents and conditions, and all the creatures from the Aventurian Almanac as well.
Wow, very cool. So yeah, Beyond Digital for those of you who backed the Gods of Aventuria crowdfunding, you'll be happy to note that we are just waiting on the last couple of products to arrive in the warehouse. Then we'll start packing orders and sending them out to our European backers and putting them on a boat to get to the United States warehouse. That will happen fairly soon. We'll let you know when that happens. So Gods of Aventuria on its way fairly soon. Thanks for your patience.
Yeah.
What can you tell us? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, let's go back real quick. Looks like I missed one piece. So there's also, in addition to that Aventurian Bestiary, there's also the Aventurian Armory module.
Oh, cool.
The image is up there. So with that one, you'll get over 100 usable objects with all game relevant values, full description and color illustrations of all objects, icons for all included items, new rules such as focus rules and special properties of weapons and armor. So there's a ton of new weapons and armor in the Aventurian Armory for the Dark Eye on Virtual Tabletop.
Awesome. So as for the Aventuria Adventure card game, now that the late pledge for Extraordinary Heroes and Epic Adventures is finished, we'll start packing orders and shipping soon. We're still on track to start shipping that this month, so in July. So keep an eye out for that. Also, Mo at the Tabletop Bellhop channel continues to put out great videos about the Aventuria Adventure card game. Are we're gonna switch over on that?
Yeah, we'll switch over that. So we'll watch a piece of his unboxing of the Aventuria Wheel of Life health trackers and more to enhance your games of Aventuria. So here we go. We'll watch a few minutes of this.
Hello, and welcome to a Tabletop Bellhop board game bag check. I am Mo Tuzano, the Tabletop Bellhop, your cardboard concierge, answering your gaming and game night questions, striving to make everyone's gaming experience better. Tonight, the question I'm going to be answering is what's in the box in regards to this? This is an expansion for the Aventuria adventure card game from Ulisses Worlds, a game that my wife and I are currently rather obsessed with. This is a box that I wish I had. See, Ulisses Worlds was awesome enough to send me this big box full of stuff. And there was all kinds of Aventuria stuff in it, and we just started going through all of that. And I just discovered I had this today. So what this is probably not going to be the most interesting unboxings, but this is a pack that has 11 life point counters that allow you to keep track of your hero's life points. Well, the original game comes with a card-based system that will be familiar with anyone who plays euchre, where you layer one card over another card to show your life. Well, I have now played the game a number of times, and I don't know how many times I've bumped my card, I've shuffled something, I've moved things and lost track of what my life points are. This should fix that. So you're going to get to experience this as I do. I'm going to crack this open and see these life counters for the first time live right now. So thank you for joining me. Let's crack this box open. So here we have the box, a rather unique shape. I'm not sure why they went with this size, but we have a rather unique shaped Wheel of Life, also in German, version of the Aventuria expansion. This is supposed to be life counters for your games of Aventuria, the adventure card game, which is a game set in the Dark Eye or Das Wash Arg setting, which is Germany's most popular role-playing game. This is translated to English, I assume, so we have lots of little plastic bits. These obviously are going to snap together to form our wheels. So we have a whole bunch of plastic little knobs. Then we have a very short little rule book is probably the wrong word here, but how to assemble them. And then there's something about a dragon courier. So it looks like we may actually have a new rule. Dragon counter. So I'm going to take a quick look at this dragon counter. It's a new game element. So there is a new rule here. So this is cool. Start of the adventure, the players may replace one fate point token. So at the start of every game of Aventuria, you're going to have a number of fate point tokens in play equal to 2 times the number of players. Well, you can swap one out for this dragon token. And then every time you're allowed to take from the middle, you can take the dragon instead. It doesn't work like a regular fate. Instead, you can discard it to reroll an opponent's die roll. So normally fate counters are used to reroll your own die rolls. Well, this allows you to reroll the opponent's. That's actually really cool. I didn't know we were getting a little bonus expansion. This is in English or German, so it will work for the original game and the translation. Bonus point.
So we'll stop it there. But I watched that, and I did not realize that was in there. I didn't realize there was a little extra rule, which is kind of cool.
Hey, we're always throwing fun stuff in there, so you got to check them out.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Let's continue on then. There's also some comments here in the chat. Going back to Torg, people were saying actually all of the Torg Aurora PDFs, apparently the 5 that were sent out were not finalized. They were just previews. So we need all the Torg Aurora stuff. So I will, again, check into that and make sure that we get those out to you.
Okay.
So so that was the Aventuria Wheel of Life unboxing. Mo also did a Forest of No Return unboxing, which we'll put up there. And he's also been putting up tons of unboxings and tons of playthroughs. So definitely check out the Tabletop Bellhop channel. Next, moving on, let's talk about Myth Dawn of Heroes. We've got another great piece of art for Myth. Let's pull that up. The Tavian.
Awesome.
So this is the Tavian pupil. So for those familiar with, so hold on. So I think actually this is for Tales of Legend, maybe? Yeah, Tales of Legend is the role-playing game. So I think this is actually for Tales of Legend, but so, you know, it's all the same world. So from Dawn of Heroes and from the original Myth, you know, there were just specific characters that you could be. But of course, with the role-playing game, you can pick your, you know, your species or your race, and then your you know, other special abilities that go along with it. So there's all kinds of mixing and matching. So this is one of those that comes from Tales of Legend, which is the role-playing game. So this is the Tavian pupil. And the artist of this is Christiane Ebrecht, and you can find more of her art at ArtStation. But let's take a look at that. I'm going to paste her ArtStation in here right now, so if people want to look separately, they can. Otherwise, I'm going to throw it up on the chat right now.
Awesome, yeah.
So here is, there's the logo, and there's her ArtStation coming up. Where's it at? There we go. And she has a ton of fantastic art. We'll make some of this a little bit bigger. There you go. Obviously, she did a lot of like just landscape, which is cool. But then here comes a bunch of really cool fantasy stuff. This one's called Blackheart Skeletons. I really like that one. That's awesome.
Nice work.
It just looks like a person. That's awesome portrait. And then here you get to some more fantasy stuff. This one was for the Dark Eye. A magic mouse. I don't know what that one's for, but very cool. Some more. That's just the Dark Eye Mill. So that was another one that she did for the Dark Eye. There's a Ramira. Light colored. That looks cool. Like the little mushrooms down there.
Mm-hmm.
That was for Inktober from a couple years ago. Yeah, so she has just a lot of amazing art there.
Definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
So we're moving along with Myth on both fronts. Dawn of Heroes. We've got a major run through of the final rules for that new version of the game that we'll be doing with all the main designers and interested parties next week. So putting the finishing touches to that. And you should see information soon about getting the final information on the Journeyman backer, so we get everything out to everyone there as well. So that'll really kick things off. For the Tales of Legend role-playing game, Ross is working forward now, actually into the second wave of products. So there's a lot of good material there that you can just check out. The Tavian art that we're showing you here now, but there's a lot of new material coming up there as well. So we're pretty excited about the progress on Myth. We're also excited about Space 1889, where Daryl's actually shared with me the latest alpha version of the game, and this includes some new rules on vehicles, for instance, and other aspects of the game that hadn't been touched before. I'm just digging into that now because it's a lot to read. But yeah, I mean, it's really coming along great, and there's new art that's coming in for that all the time as well. So as we get more that we can share that's a little more cohesive, we'll post some of that in this forum and some others as well. But rest assured, Daryl's making great progress on Space 1889.
In the chat, Freestyle HQ asks, do we have any dates for the crowdfunding period for the Myth products?
I don't have a solid date right now, unfortunately, but sooner rather than later. I don't think that we're going to try to go much past the late summer or early fall to make sure that gets launched out.
Definitely. Well, I think that's going to do it for us today, folks. So thanks for joining us today on the Ulysses Worlds show. If you'd like to chat more with Ulysses folks or other fans, please go to our Discord community. I'll throw that in the chat real quick. And if you like the show, please follow and subscribe to our channels on Twitch and YouTube. And turn on those notifications so you don't miss anything. Jihi asks, is the Pan Pacifica still summer or will be pushed into fall? Yeah, so we're looking probably at next month. But that's all kind of,
that's
everything
summer.
is very fluid right now. So come back in 2 weeks on Thursday, July 29th at 9 a.m. Pacific for more Ulysses Worlds show. For Ulysses Spiel, I'm Robert Adichie, and this is Tim. Thanks for watching.
Take care, everybody. Thanks.
Bye.